Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I was just clearing my throat there with a nice cup of tea. Because sometimes it gets a bit so. Particularly when you're doing live streams too. If anybody wants to try doing a live stream out of that, when you're talking constantly for an hour or two, like your throat literally just dies. Like particularly because majority of the time I don't have drinks around me. Like a lot of people they have water and stuff around them, but I don't. So I'm just finished off my tea when they're on. So yeah, we're a bit later than probably we would usually be. We usually be at 7 o'clock or so. We would be live. It's just 8 o'clock on the dot. Lovely. So literally on the dot, I suppose. And usually every other time we were always a few minutes early, an hour early, to put a few minutes in perspective. So yeah, that's usually it. And also my beard will be gone tomorrow. So well, not tomorrow, probably Monday. You won't see it. I'm going to shave it off, get a good bit of it gone. So if you freak out now, Wednesday, don't blame me. But yeah, good lot of stuff going on in the world. So the incident with the piano player in England, it's just getting crazier and crazier by the day. Like it just keeps getting crazier and crazier. I probably shouldn't say too much. China will be very happy. Also, it's not busting for the Biden administration at the moment. There seems to be, problems there. We all know there's problems. People just going across the pond with every stage. Hello, Shawnee. How are we doing? Happy Saturday. How are we doing? How's our Saturday going? How's the weekend going so far? All good in the hood. Very good to hear. Very good. Always good to hear. Everything's good and I'm going well. I'll be in and out of the chat. Yeah, but don't be using your phone now when you're driving. Don't be using your phone while you're driving. Now, but that's 100%. No bother. I hope your son enjoys the boxing. Hope he doesn't be boxing too much now tonight. But yeah, that's no bother at all. Oh no. But yeah, no. Just when you're driving, try not to use it because you never know distractions and stuff like that. You know yourself as Yeah, cavan won today. I don't know what they won, but I know they won something. But I didn't really hear. But I know they won something. Where am I now? I think so. Yeah, as far as I know. So yeah, I don't have much time for the GEA around in this fucking part of the country. Excuse my language, but I have no time for the GEA. Yeah, you're actually right in that. Yeah, I've actually just seen the results here now. Yeah, they did well. I just seen the results literally there when I logged on the Twitter there to see it. Like I seen other things earlier on from it, but I wasn't really passing any mark. I probably should put on some music. Or maybe it's actually not bad. Like somebody was saying to me, it's actually better just to chat and stuff. Oh, you mean about what happened with Donald Trump? I don't really know. I suppose what happened. I know, I know the story behind it and stuff like that. I don't really know. Like it seemed to be a jury and stuff like that. So I don't know. But I think Putin has to have a look at Ireland first. Because if he's seen Ireland, if he thinks America's bad, he should see the Irish justice system and the political elite in this country. Like you should have a look at that before, because America is not as bad as Ireland as well, in the justice system and stuff like that. Like, it's insane what happens in this country. But I know what you're saying in America. Like, it seems to be just all like, I don't mean to criticize the woman like that, but she seemed like she said it's a long, long time ago since it happened. It must be 3 decades or so. Why is she only coming forward now, I suppose, to say this? Like, I know it's defamation that she was suing them for. I understand that, but why was she bringing the original accusation? Now, why is she only waiting for now when she's one of the president? I suppose. Like, I know she probably maybe etc. etc. You know what I'm saying, but like, it all seems to be just a witch hunt, to be totally honest. Yeah, well, he says to pay 83 million or something like that to the woman. Yeah, it's something like that, I think. But you look at I don't think it's going to stop him. Let's put it that way. Like, it's just going to keep going. Yeah, like, it won't stop him. Like, you see at the moment, he's 90 something charges and stuff for different things, and he's still just going. Like, he's not going to stop. Like, you see him, he literally has won the Republican nominee for the presidency. Like, Nikki Haley just is in denial at this stage, saying that she's going to beat him. One of the DeSantis and stuff maybe had a chance, but Nikki Haley has no chance in hell that people are going to vote for. And she pretty much would just be Biden 2.0, basically. There wouldn't be much in the difference. She'd just be the same. She's sending literally millions of people to die in Ukraine. As Vic Ramaswamy asked Nikki Haley, name 2 provinces in the eastern Ukraine you want to send people to die for. And she couldn't answer him. What province do you want to go and defend? So that should tell you all you need to know. Yeah, but she hasn't got a hope. So, like, she has no hope in hell. Yeah, no, but it's not even that. It's the fact that Texas at the moment, they tried to stop them putting up barbed wire. So the federal authorities, like the Biden administration brought to the Supreme Court that the state government, the Texas state government shouldn't be putting up barbed wire. The barbed wire stuff. To stop people from coming over. So basically, it's to stop them from coming over. So the Biden administration doesn't want the Texas authorities putting up barbed wire. So that's why the federal government want to cut down the barbed wire so people can come in. So at the moment in time, the Texan, this is a big issue, I suppose. That the Texas government are kind of in the face of the federal government, I suppose. So there's a bit of a standoff there. But yeah. But it's not even that there's election coming up. It's just that I think the Texas government just have enough of the federal government, and they could succeed from the union. Which could happen because it has been talked about a good bit in America that people want to succeed from the union. Like they want to leave the union, Texas. That there's a lot of voices for that. Yeah, there was also film. Well, yeah, that's actually true. It hasn't halted totally now. Like, I thought it'd just literally be in the drain when they did cut it, but it's steadily going down. It's not like a drastic drop, but it's gone down a bit. It's gone down a good bit, but I suppose in the next month or two we see it go even further down. But yeah, it's all about the money, where they get the most money. Simple as that. It's not all about free and war. It's all about where they get the most when they turn up. You know. But still, nonetheless, as I said in my community post, we shouldn't be taking one more person in. Beforehand, I was like, we should take in women and children. Now it should be nobody. Simple as that. Not one we should be taking in. There's too many people here already. And that might be far right extremist or whatever, but that's the beginning and end of it. Like, we've taken in far too many people. There's nowhere to put these people. We're struggling as it is. No more pressure, no more. Simple as that. Until we sort it all out and deport a few people if they need to be deported, and whatever I sort out other stuff. So there should be literally nobody else turning up to the country. That's what I'm trying to say. But that won't happen, unfortunately. But yeah. Yeah, I know. I seen about Mikey Healy, the guest house they owned. They made 700,000 or something like that. Yeah, 700,000, 800,000, something like that. I don't know about the lad in Mullen. I heard stories about a few places in Mullen. But see, yeah, that's going to probably come to an end very quickly. Obviously, when there's less people coming into the country, there'll be less contracts given out and stuff like that. And obviously, particularly to the local town elections, literally just around the corner. So the government it's in their best interest to kind of behave a bit, But it's simply the truth. We have taken in far too many people. There's a nearly 5% or 7% nearly increase in the population in less than a year or so. For a small country like this, that's huge. Like, not just in natural, like from people giving birth to babies and stuff like that. Like from people coming in, because the Irish birth rate is declining, the same as the majority of the Western world. A lot of women can't give birth and stuff like that. Down to many things, but you're not allowed to talk about these things, unfortunately. Because it's not a democracy. You're supposed to say nothing. Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? Bastard, excuse me. But yeah, there's many reasons, but you're not allowed to talk about them, unfortunately, on YouTube. Or YouTube will come along and say no. World Economic Forum tells otherwise. Not the World Economic, the World Health Organization. Well, they're basically one and the same. They're controlled. I probably shouldn't go there because YouTube. Yeah, I probably should shut up very quickly there now because I was just about to say something that they won't be happy with. Couldn't find your YouTube channel. Yeah, if you just click on his profile, it should bring you to it. Like, it should bring you to it. Like, in the chat, they should really click on them. So, like, I go and I'm looking for people's channels and stuff like Aaron Only and stuff. Even though I'm subscribed to them, because I have a lot of channels, I just go to the comments and get it from there. Because literally, I've subscribed to about 200 accounts or so. Like, it's insane. And it's hard to navigate it all. Hello, Sean. Hello. How are you doing? Not much going on. Apart from just the same old. Oh, we're moved. Don't actually know what's the problem with that. I don't actually know. They should just put this straight through you, So I don't know. It's the same with me. Like, people have copied my videos and stuff like that, and tried to post them on different things, and they just don't turn up. YouTube's not that happy with me. Yeah, they're leaving. Like I understand it too. Obviously, being nearly from the same generation as you. Like, I can't tell you the amount of people I used to go to school with that are not here. Like, they've moved off. They're not here. They're not in the country. They're not around. like it's obvious. It is very obvious by just looking around and just thinking for a second. It's very obvious, and it's the sad truth. It is true that far too many people are gone. And just left people in their 20s and 30s. You have fuck all here basically in this country. People just say fuck this shit and going off to another country where I get a better life. And who could really blame them? To be totally honest. But again, they're not good. Like people going to Australia, young Irish lads and ladies and stuff. They're not just turning up in Australia and saying to the Australian government, "Give me a house, give me a car, give me this free stuff." Because let's be fair, they wouldn't fucking get it. As simple as that. It's the same in New Zealand. An Irish person turned up to New Zealand in the morning looking for citizenship and stuff like that. You simply wouldn't get it. Simple as that. If you look for handouts and stuff, they tell you to go out and work for it. But that's as simple as that. Yeah, but there's nothing left for any young person in this country. Like there was a thing done, a survey done. If you're a guard and a nurse in the relationship in Dublin, you still couldn't afford a house and 100,000 euro a year. So that should really tell you all you need to know. So what hope is there for an only Joe on a basic salary a week? What hope is that for? There's no hope of any young person ever owning a house before they're 50 or 60. Let's put out if they're lucky. They'd be still paying off the debt until probably they're 80 or 90. Until they're literally in the ground. And that's the sad reality, unfortunately. So, who could really blame a young lad for just saying fuck this shit and going away? But again, they don't get handouts in other countries, but they're treated a bit better. And things are a bit more cheap in other countries compared to like over here. They could do something if they wanted to with housing, but there's vulture funds and stuff like that. They're making a killing, and the politicians are getting the kickback from it, of course. So nobody's willing to do it because the politicians from NGOs and the vulture funds and stuff like that are giving a few brown envelopes every week to the politicians, which they charge up serving the other weights to only Joes or only Irish citizens and stuff. So there's no will to change it here. Like they could do it if they wanted to change something in the morning for young people. They don't care. So there's that to do it. And that's the sad reality. They simply do not care, the government, because they're just wanting to import people from other countries who will be on lower salaries and stuff like that, and etc. etc. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're not going to turn up to any country and get stuff for free. Like that doesn't exist anymore. No, not England. Yeah, but it's probably cheaper. Like to get a house in England and Australia. In this country, you'd be lucky if you ever could afford it. But yeah, take for example Australia. I bet you, like I know people who went to Australia just for a visit and stuff that they get visas and stuff like that, and they wanted to know every detail. Like, do they have a criminal record? What is the thing? And they were asked 100 billion questions when they got to the airport by the Australian authorities before they even allowed to touch foot outside the airport. They're very strict. You're not going to just walk into Australia and stay. Let's put that way. Like that's one of the countries not many people are going to go and claim asylum in because they're not going to let you in, because they're very very tough on immigration and stuff. Unless literally everything's perfect, they're not going to let you in. But yeah, it's the same throughout the centuries. Irish people went abroad. This is the thing, the narrative everybody doesn't even understand the media. Like people went to the United States during the famine and stuff like that. They only had the clothes on their back and they turned up in America and they had to go and work for it. So that they were left on their own and left to their own device and go and walk. The United States government didn't give them handouts and stuff like that. And that was that. Yeah, well, the main problem in the country is housing. Like it is housing, just for people. Because the way I see it is, if you have a house, everything else will follow. Like, there's no point trying to help a homeless person if they're on drugs and they're on the street, unless they have a roof over their head. Because at least that's some stability in their life. But trying to get them off the drugs when they're on the street, it's not, it's not, not, it's not, Yeah, well, obviously Kent and stuff, London and stuff would be expensive. But I don't think it'd be as bad as here. Like literally at this point, because maybe in other countries they try and do something for people, but in this country they don't. They simply do not care to do anything for anybody. Like they could if they wanted to, but they don't care in this country. Like let's put it this way too: they wouldn't just give people who turn up for 5 minutes in Australia a house. But first of all, they'd be checking for. They wouldn't get into the country if they didn't have a passport. Simple as that. That's the first thing about Australia. You wouldn't get in unless you have a passport, unless you have every fine detail right. You know, and they'd be looking to find out where you're from, what's your name, and you wouldn't be just let walk into the country without a passport. Let's put it that way, because you'd be going back the way you came if you went to the country without it. Yeah, like the United States at the moment, it's a perfect example. They can't cope. There's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people across the United States, Mexican border, and they can't cope. So what hope is there for Ireland if they can't even cope? Whatever about the UK. Well, the UK can't cope because there's people coming from France, but you know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They would report you unless you're on the tourist visa or something. They would say there's the door and be gone very quickly. They won't allow it. It's simple as that. Like I know one of my friends that went there. She was asked literally she was going on a tourist visa for a few weeks, and they were looking for every detail, criminal records and stuff. Literally looking for a criminal record before they even let her into the country. To make sure that she wasn't staying, and they checked her luggage and stuff like that, so she didn't have anything that she's going to stay. Like to make sure she wasn't going to stay in the country. That's what I'm saying. Like there's no mess in Australia. There's no mercy there. In their immigration and stuff. There isn't any mercy there, and you definitely wouldn't get something for free. If you're lucky to get into Australia, you'd be told to go out and walk and do something. You know, but over here it's just the opposite. That's yeah. There's a lot of people on shooting fiestas too, stuff. Like that happens a lot. It's the same now, and there's a lot of people who come over from Timbuktu to study in Ireland. I say whatever with the United States because anything goes in the United States India at this point with the Biden administration. But in Australia, if you turned up without a passport, you know, to an airport or turned up from a plane, you'd be sent back on the plane and told to fuck off, uh, and not to come back. Let's put it that way. I don't think they get it how they let you in on with a passport. Let's put it that way. If they're not satisfied, they wouldn't. If you had your passport and everything right in it, and they still just wouldn't satisfied with the way you looked or something like that, they'll still just send you home. The pet can be normally, yeah, probably so. Maybe in Portugal. I don't know about the Irish one, but yeah, no, it's the same in Ireland. There's a lot of student visas and stuff, even in Cavan here. They go to the college and stuff. Uh, But see, nobody ever goes and checks up these things that these people who are on student visas for maybe 2 years or so. Are they gone by 2 years? Nobody ever checks that up. That's what I'm saying. Nobody ever looks into them. To say, I have a student visa for 2 years. I'm allowed to be in the country for 2 years on a student visa. Right, fair enough. But did that person leave? Did anybody check up to see did that person leave? Or is he still here? That's the truth too. Like in Australia, I'm sure I bet you find dollar if you were there on any kind of visa, they would make sure that you're gone on the right date and the same time. They would not let you. They would not just make sure that they trust you to leave yourself. Let's put that way. They're not going to do that. But the only thing to blame again with people leaving the country, uh, the only people to blame here is the government because they could do something if they wanted to, but it's the fact that they don't really care. and they rather just import people. That's just the simple reality. They don't care. You know, barbed wire, or not so much barbed wire, maybe in fields and stuff like that, but not so much more border control. Like it's understandable with the Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland border. Like it's just down there the border. There's no need for really checks, as far as I know, even though it's a border. Many people would remember years ago being the border here, and I don't think people would be too fond of ever bringing the border like that with the British Army on the one side and the Irish Army on the other side. Nobody would ever want that, I suppose. Oh, so guess what? I think the TDs are going to get a big pay rise too. It's going to go up on another 10,000 or something like that. So they'll be well looked after the way. So don't worry, they'll be able to afford a house that way. They'll be grand. And then a few brown envelopes here and there, and I'm sure they'll be mighty. So Harry Cohen's is getting a house, building a house. It's nearly 7 times the size of an ordinary Irish house. So champagne socialism, anybody. It's all about the working class, they say, of course. Yeah, I think I seen a documentary or something about that in Serbia. But I don't think there'll be many people going to Serbia, let's put it that way. See, they'll come to the Western countries, the Western democracies, because social welfare, free housing and stuff. In Serbia, I don't think you're going to get. If I turned up in the morning, I don't think they're going to be too fond of giving me anything. Let's put it that way. They're not going to be that fond of me. Whatever about the Nordic countries, United Kingdom, Ireland, the lower countries, Netherlands, Belgium, social welfare and stuff like that is there. In other countries in Europe, Serbia, you're not going to get too much for your buck. Yeah, it'd be the same old shite here. Let's put it that way. It'd be nothing really new here. Let's put it in cavan. I can't tell you, but the rest of the country, in some other parts of the country, it's going to be definitely a change in some parts. People are sick of it in some parts of the country. So, but in cavan, I say it'd be just the same old, same old. A lot of Sinn Féin. That's the only difference. It's going to be there'll be more Sinn Féin than anything else. Yeah, well, Hungary, you're not going to get into it very handy. Let's put it that way. Whatever about fads. Well, fads is not looking too well at the moment with the farmers protesting, throwing tires and stuff on motorways and stuff. It's just kind of all out rebellion and fads now at the moment with the farmers. They're just kind of, in Germany too, the farmers are not too pleased. So the governments are having a very hard time with that. Yeah, pretty much. That's Sinn Féin policy. Everybody else in, but the Brits out, of course. Don't come high. I was not looking at they wouldn't get in too handy and into Hungary. Did Ursula on the line would disagree on that now, Johnny. And poor Leo Franco would disagree on you on that too. Like Sweden is trying to join NATO, and they're having trouble. Hungary vote to ratify Sweden's membership, so the Swedish government are not going to negotiate with the Hungarian government to join. Turkey ratified it because all of the NATO alliance needs to ratify a country if they're going to join it. So Hungary's not too fond of it. So I say there'd be a lot of crying about that now. They'd be crying about that now, the NATO countries. Does it look like I'm in Finland? What suggests I'm in Finland? I think I'm in the same fucking place as I always am. There's nothing Finnish here. Nothing to see here. Move along. I think everything's busting. They're looking forward to the election. I think the presidential election. Apart from that seems to be all that's happening. There's fuck all that happens in Finland. They're just kind of there. Yeah, but Turkey ratified it. They have ratified it. It's just Hungary that needs to ratify it. You'd have to say they're allowed to join. But see, Turkey too were kind of a bit uppish because Sweden, there's some rebel groups and stuff in Sweden that escaped in Turkey or something like that. But they did ratify it. It's Hungary it's the only country that hasn't ratified it. Because every parliament has to approve it, and Hungary didn't approve it yet. Into the what? Into what? Going into what? Into what? Going into what? And what's the Euros? The Euro football match. I can't play football. No, it's that's still going on too. The Syrian type of war and stuff still going on. European? No, she's not. She's not going for the European. She's a part of the Tony Blair Institute. She's not leaving that. She's not going for the European elections. No. She's not going for no. She make no sense for her to go. She left politics and she turns around now and then goes back into it. No. Definitely not. 100%, definitely not. Not yet, anyway. I don't think you see her coming into it. So, well, what's more likely to happen, and people have suggested, if Ursula von der Leyen left in the morning, the head of the European Commission, that the woman behind me will take over. So they say. Let's put it that way. So if that ever happens, then that's probably what's going to happen. Because I can't see her just being an only MEP, Finland or something like that. I don't see it, and I don't think she'd do it yet if she was going to do it. In buses, no, she hasn't bought a filler in buses, no. No, but that's the rumor. That's what talks about a good bit. Even one of the Irish MEPs said about it. If Ursula von der Leyen left in the morning, it would most likely be a young woman that'll take over. That's the way it is. But I don't know. But Ursula von der Leyen probably there for another few years. I know that's what the European Commission, the head of the European Commission. So I don't foresee it yet. Especially because she has a good job in the Tony Blair Institute. So I don't think she'll leave that straight away. I don't think she can because she signed a contract or something for it. She has to be there for a certain few years or so before she can leave or something like that. So they say about it. So I don't think you see going, but that's what they said anyway. But if Ursula von der Leyen left, government misinformation. I don't know. Well, the government always been misinformation, but I don't know how you could stop it. Get rid of them as well. Just get them out, vote them out. That's the only way you can. There's no either that or just counter them. Yeah, like they did admit, the German government, the Swedish government did admit too, that it failed utterly with all these people they let in. Letting in millions of people to Germany. I remember that too. Angela Merkel saying about in Germany. It was a lot of pressure on the German systems and the welfare system and etc. etc. Housing etc. It was just a lot of pressure on it. Even though Germany is a big country, you can see the problems that a million people just when they turned up caused. It's what hope that they'll have. Mama Mocha, yeah, but a lot of people actually, in fairness to a lot of people in Germany, even people, a lot of people are very used to Angela Mocha. Even people who didn't like it, or, something familiar, I suppose. It's supposed the same as the Queen in the United Kingdom because she was there for that long as the Chancellor of Germany. I don't know, but no, it was just because a few people in Germany were. I remember when she left and stuff like that. They were saying that it feels different, not having her because she was obviously the Prime Minister for a long, long time in Germany. I don't know how long. It must have been 15 years or something like that. But yeah, I didn't have much time for Angela Merkel because she let's put it this way, Angela Merkel along with the French government, particularly when Ireland in 2008, when they took a loan out, they always kind of used Ireland and stuff like that. They've always been very abusive towards Ireland, Angela Merkel and stuff like that. They think of us as common criminals, basically. They call them common peasants, Let's put it that way. She thought nothing of the Irish people around it. Let's put it that way. They just thought we were the money bank of Europe. They can take whatever they want of the country without any consequences. That's the Angela Merkel thought about the Irish state. The same as the French president, who doesn't think much about Ireland. They just see us as the means to take the bankrupt the countries was. And particularly because we owe so much money to the European Union and stuff, etc. So I don't think she was too fond of the Irish state. So. $10 years ago, yeah, it's 10 years ago now since austerity and stuff. But yeah, we went for the the bankers were responsible, and the government at the time too were responsible. There was nothing regulated when it was just all anything goes. But yeah, as you know, the banks in this country are just allowed to get away with murder. They could literally go out and shoot someone in the face now in the morning. That. Yeah, like they still will pay. Like everybody has to pay back. Like I don't know how much it's thousands, millions, billions. God only knows how much. The IMF loans, yeah, the IMF payments, trophy, yeah. Like I remember all that bullshit, But yeah, we're still kind of being just used and abused, from the European Union. But that's Nick Brian Cowan. Has a good bit of responsible for too. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we had to pay the money back, so I wouldn't. Yeah, I suppose it's true. You wouldn't call it a payout. I don't know what you would call it. And obviously, we're paying huge interest, of course. You're not just going to get money for nothing. They're going to suck every penny out of the country. They're suckers dry. Just listening now, yeah. Exploitation, exactly. It's bailing me out, yeah. The bank wouldn't bail you out anyway. The reality is, we have to bail out the banks, when they get into trouble. But if you get into trouble, the banks won't bail you out. You're on your own. But if the banks get into God help us, we have to bail them out, Even though it was their own fault, the banks, the people should never had to bail them out. It was the bank's fault. Like, it was the bank's fault. They wouldn't regulate. They were too busy fucking arsing about, and the majority of these fuckers, the high up in the banks and stuff like that, were just arsing about on golf pitches, and they were too busy playing fucking poker and fucking golf with politicians to fucking do their jobs, what they were doing, And the politicians were too busy fucking getting big fucking checks in the back pocket and stuff, so they didn't give a shit. So it was basically just all big fucking conundrum. So, and as I say, that buying fucking cavan fair was the biggest bollocks you could find. Yeah, like as I say, Ireland's just left with just piled on with all the money to pay. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying earlier on. The Germans, in fact, ganged up on us. I suppose they didn't like us anyway. They just kind of seen us as a means to an end. Just to exploit us and stuff, to take as much money off us as they could. Particularly Anglo Mocha, whatever, but nowadays maybe it's changed a bit. But back then it was just kind of, Give me 2 seconds. Sorry about that, cat problems. But yeah, oh no, so many people lost their business. The thing we forget about what happened in 2008, so many people lost their homes, lost millions, lost everything, because what happened. And the people, and this is the worst thing about it, the people who were over the banks and stuff like that, they were brought to court and things like that, and they basically got off for murder and nothing was ever done with them. And they get off with millions and millions of euro in the bank account. And it's all forgotten about, Yeah, it probably was, yeah. KLD and them, yeah. But at least because that time was there was a lot of stuff happening that time. And the country still hasn't fully recovered from that kind of thing, from the 2008 crash. And still repercussions to this day in terms of budgets and stuff for local authorities and stuff. Still, some of it hasn't been put back to what it was. So yeah, even though it's a long time ago now, it still has repercussions on the country. And probably will have for the next 20 years or so, another 40 years. Yeah, like the accounting companies too and stuff like that. Like they all should have been held responsible and sent to prison for life or so. But they were all just kind of let off. For a few of them got a few months at most. But that was about it. Nothing was ever done really. There was nobody ever held accountable. It was all forgotten about. Because they were one of the boys, of course, and we have to look after one of the boys. Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, of course, have to make sure they don't go to prison and stuff, and make sure they don't mention about the checks, the politicians and stuff, So it always let go very quietly, after it all was done. Because God forbid we couldn't have that. Hello, Bitwin. How are you doing? I seen your video it was 2 weeks almost when I said. Shout out to Tracy. Hope you're doing well, Bitwin. Hello, Mark. The whole gang's turning up. What am I looking for here? Yeah, like I remember. Well, I don't really remember, but I remember. I think Romania and Bulgaria joining the European Union. That would be two. Well, when was that? It was in 2008, wasn't it? When Romania and Bulgaria joined the European Union, wasn't it? Something like that. Like I know the Baltic states joined straight after the USSR. The USSR collapsed. Let me just look it up. That's spelled. This is what to remember, because I do remember seeing on the news and that time. Okay, but fair enough. Yeah, something like that, because I do remember seeing it on the news back when I was very, very young. I remember hearing about Bulgaria and Romania that time. I know that came back to me there, just thinking about it, seeing it on the news. It doesn't tell me, actually. Fuck this stupid shit. Oh, yes, it's 2007, you're right, yeah. Bulgaria and Romania. Yeah, because I remember seeing it on the news. I do remember that. Back in the day, before the crash in 2008. I don't know. We'll just kind of go. I don't know. We'll be soon. It'll be gone probably in the next day or two. I'm going to shave it off for a while because you can't let it too thick. Don't want it to get too thick. Bum, bum, bum. You probably will see it on Wednesday, yeah, because it'll be definitely probably tomorrow or Monday. I'll be getting maybe a shave off. So you definitely see it probably Wednesday. If I'm live Wednesday, I don't actually know. I have a few things I need to do Wednesday. But yeah, most likely Wednesday, Thursday. You still? Oh yeah, you were telling me that it's a long time ago since we talked about that. Yeah, I vaguely remember you talking about that. Yeah, good on him. Good on him. Yeah, I think he Croatia joined last year. Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll probably go for another 10 minutes then before we go at 9 o'clock. It will not be that long tonight. What is a woman exactly? That's all. Sinn Féin doesn't know the answer to that, unfortunately. And they don't know the answer. And the same with Fianna Fáil, they don't know the answer. Yeah, but yeah, what is a woman, I suppose? There's not much hope when they don't know the answer to that. And they watch the photo on it, but okay, fair enough. Whatever works, TDs and stuff. Yeah, like exactly. But doesn't even know what a woman is. Like he sat, like the woman asked him. I just literally looked at it. Like he literally looked at her, didn't know what a woman was really. I confirmed he actually didn't know. He didn't seem to know at all. No, everybody laughed. But no, like it's bad when you see that, and then they're saying, you have to vote in this referendum to do with women in the home and stuff like that, and they couldn't tell you what a woman is. When you see that, there's something wrong. Yeah, but yeah, I get that what he said because De Valera was the one who signed, like, done up the Constitution in 1937 when he was the Taoiseach. That was drafted in 1937, and obviously the Catholic Church and stuff had a big role in society. And it was always that you have to look after the child before anything else, I suppose. So technically, there would be right in that statement, that it was De Valera, I suppose. Technically, there would be right. Um, so technically. But obviously, as I say, it really has no relevance, that phrase in the Constitution, because women have had jobs, for a long, long time. You're wrong. Which what? Oh, you mean which am I wrong about? Which? Because I don't want to be spreading misinformation. We couldn't be getting worse in the media. If I ever say something wrong, please do tell me uh, that I missed context or something, or give me the context of it. Because I don't want to be misleading people into what I'm saying. About the Constitution. Oh, you mean about the, like, it does say in the Constitution, but that it does say specifically that a woman's place should be in the home and stuff like that. That makes any sense. Is that what you're referring to? Oh yeah, Evan Hawkins been around. He was here the last stream. He was here. Hello, Pepper. How you doing? Oh yeah, double. I seen that. Yeah, but it doesn't. It definitely does, because I have seen the Constitution many times and say something like that. It does state about women's place in the home. Can't think of the album. I went through the whole Constitution many times. It said something similar to it. Not that might not be the specific quote, but you know. But still, at the end of the day, my point is too that it has no really relevance. Like when I was in national school, there was women teachers and stuff like that. Maybe going back into the 80s or so, there wasn't so much. But it has really no relevance to even vote on or anything like that. Yeah, like I think what they said about you sending a Christmas card, okay, fair enough. It says that a woman should not have to go by reasons of financial necessity. You could actually be right. I don't really like. I remember reading it. I read it through. I done it even in national school, like not national school, secondary school. We had to do it for CSPE when I was doing the junior sort of something. We had to go through the Constitution stuff. We had to go through it was a lot. But you could be right, because there was something specific about that too. But it was a different time when the Constitution was written in. Back in it was definitely in 1937 the Constitution was drafted. I do remember that as a fact. But it was a different time compared to the modern age, I suppose. You listen to OT too much. No, I'm not listening to OT now. I haven't actually listened to OT in a long time. Well, to be totally honest, the whole referendum is pointless at the end of the day. That's what I'm trying to say. We all can agree on that. It is pointless. It's senseless, what they're trying to vote. And we all know the kind of agenda behind it. But I can assure you, I don't be listening to OT. I cringe when I listen to OT. Because, you couldn't be that. I'm not that brainwashed, Because if I was listening to OT, I'd be just saying, the government's great, the government's great. It'd just be repeat and repeat and repeat. The government's great, the government's great, the government's great. You should not question authority. You should always listen to the government. The government's great, the government's great. Vote Fianna Fáil, vote Fine Gael. Eamon Ryan is the best. He's going to save the world. That'd be to me. But definitely I do encourage people to think about first of all. I'm not going to force people to vote whichever way. It's entirely up to people to think for themselves. But I'd be voting no, and that's just to put it straight. What I'd be voting. But as I say, it is a democracy. It's entirely up to whatever anybody thinks. But I do strongly suggest, as I said in my community post, that people do think about the consequences behind this referendum in the word and what they introduce and stuff, because it will have an effect on Irish society, and what we, the family groups that we hold dear, I suppose. So do think about that, if that makes any sense. But at the end of the day, it's up to the members of the public for themselves to think. But definitely, I'd be voting no twice, and that's just my opinion. You can shoot me if you want, but that's I've looked at it, and I don't trust the guy. Like, let's put it this way: if the government came to me now in the morning and said, "We want to do this," right, regardless of what it is now, I think it'd be just anti-government now. I won't agree with whatever the government putting forth to me, because the truth is, and I said this many times, you can't trust them. You simply cannot trust them. The government that's there at the moment to do anything beneficial for the country. And that's just straight away. They've shown it time and time again that they're not in your best interest. Simple as that. And nobody who watches OT would ever utter that phrase that you shouldn't trust the government, and so you shouldn't, because they've shown time and time again that they hate you. Far right, of course. Adrian works for the Finnish government, of course I do too. I work for everybody apparently. I work for OT. I work for the Finnish government. I work for everybody. But yeah, no. No, but if you look at the government, the way they're treating people, but just even taking that step of far right, everybody's far right apparently that has an opinion nowadays that differs to the government's narrative on anything. If you disagree with the government now, you're extremist, you're far right, you're this, that, by simply just stating the facts, you're a Nazi apparently. But that's what I'm just saying. So I don't trust them in what they're in their aims and what their goals are. So that's as simple as that. I might still be honest with people. I couldn't trust them in the morning. If they came up to me now in the morning and said, "Here's €500 million, right, in your name," I'd be like, "Go and fucking keep it and put it in shove it down your throat," or something. That's what I would say to them. Because you simply couldn't trust them, because God only knows what money they're giving you. They could literally have trying to frame you for robbing the bank or something like that, because you simply couldn't trust them. As I said earlier one time before, if the sky is blue, we all know that there can be clouds in the sky or whatever. But if they asked you what color is the sky, and you literally would have to look up to see what color the sky was. If they said it was blue, you have to literally go up. You have to literally look up to check, because you simply couldn't believe them. You simply couldn't trust them. That's what I'm saying. So whatever the government says is beneficial for the people of Ireland, for the future of Ireland, or whatever, it should be the opposite, because they're up to something. They're at that, and that's not just far right or anything. That's just the truth. Like, you've seen many times the country's been sold out by the government. You look at our fisheries, you look at many other things. They've sold us down the river many times, and they continuously do so. You see, even the Lisbon Treaty, they didn't like it when people voted no before, and then they had to do a second one. Because that's democracy. You get people vote overwhelmingly no in one, and then they do another referendum just because they can, and they don't like the opinion the people expressed. But long story short, and the long-winded answer is definitely vote no, because it's not to do with equality and etc. It's to do with something more, and particularly as we see many times, what to break up the family. And the family is the most important thing, having 2 children. So it's the most important thing for the nation, that people should have children for the next generation, etc., etc. And what they're planning to do is something devious. Let's put it that way. So there's definitely ulterior motives behind what they want to do. But definitely far right, etc. Of course. But yeah, no, you simply couldn't trust them, and that's just to put it straight. So I would advise people to think about whatever they want to vote. But at the end of the day, as I say, it's a democracy. it's up to the people to decide what happens, and either way. But I'm just saying, stating the facts and what you should be taking off. Because let's be fair, we have to be honest. The government will literally send you down the river in the morning as to what to do. Just right, never wrong. Well, obviously, everybody can be wrong, that's the thing. But in the majority of cases nowadays, it seems like everybody, apart from the government, regardless what the government says. Now, if the government said the grass is green, right? Maybe they'd be right in that, but the majority of the time, they feel wrong and everything. Yeah, but it seems like everybody, the only Joe seems to be very right and everything. But even that too, like what I would only say, I can't utter that, but it was to be called far right and that, etc. But there's other ulterior motives behind it too. So I do advise people to think about it. But again, I'm not going to judge people. People want to vote yes. That's what the referendum's for. You can vote. But I do suggest that you do think about it for a while and just have a thought about it for a few minutes. Talk to your family and talk to your friends about it, of course. Because there's simply not enough debate about different things in this country. Just turn into a far right stream. Or TV in now in the morning now. We'll be doing it now to go up the far right talking about this. Of course, the Finnish government too are giving us a hand. They're funding the No campaign, of course, etc., etc., etc. €500 million has been given to the people who are helping to spread the No vote. So, the government will finish, just to say. A great joke. It's joking. But yeah, so anything else before we probably tip on for tonight? But yeah, but I would do a video before the election, the referendum. Sorry, not the election, to talk about my whole feelings about it, I suppose. But as I say, it's entirely up to people to take for themselves. I'm not forcing somebody to vote no or voting yes. I'm just stating my opinion and the way I see it. Just to say, I don't want to be forcing people to vote like on a different on a thing they don't want to vote for. Yeah, but I waited a week or two before I Yeah, they know he should. Did he get the letter? Why? He said to me earlier on he got the letter. Did he or did he not get the letter? Because I definitely sent it off now, and you seen the envelope and stuff, and I set them off. And I definitely did. I wouldn't be lying to you. I simple that I set them off. So they're up and draw there, and he's just not looking at them. Because I definitely did send them off. I wouldn't be lying to you, and I wouldn't have spent an hour of my own time writing a letter if I didn't send it off. So they're definitely there. Like, did you try the other TDs too? Because oftentimes I sent letters and the TDs would just literally flat out say they never got them because they just don't want to deal with you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you remember the letters we sent off to Darl Ewan? He didn't get them. No, definitely, you should check. And you should probably check with the other TDs too, your local TDs, because they're like I said before, the four of them a letter. So they should have got it because I did post it off. Because I had them here. You seen me the other day with them. Like, they're ready to raring to go. Well, not it was last week, wasn't it? But yeah, they're probably just saying that to try and not deal with it. But I definitely did it because I spent literally an hour of my own time writing them. So I wouldn't be sending them. We talked to his office, but yeah, but they definitely are there, so he should have a look and see. But not even Robert Troy's, Circle Clark and them, and Joe Flaherty too would have it. Audited, live audited, yeah, of course, yeah, live audited, Tony Blair Institute. But no, but it's even the time I said to you about Cavan, we said literally, how many was it? We said to the all to the Dáil and the Shannon, and we only got 5 responses. We only got 5 responses from all the TDs and all the senators in the country, and we only got 5 responses. You know, so. And if I rang the officers to ask did they get the letter, the 5 would like, no, we didn't, because they just don't want to deal with it. But they definitely did. I do promise you that I did send it off. I wouldn't have sat here for an hour, one evening to do it, and I wouldn't have paid €5 for postage stamps and letters like for the post off. Hello, Fiona, you're back again. No, but definitely outside of, and Davey, my moderator, can vouch for me because he was literally here when I wrote the letters too, because I was talking to him on the phone when it happened. And I wouldn't have spent an hour of my own time writing them out and just not to send them. But as I say, a lot of these TDs don't want to do anything. So that's that. But my suggestion, because you are the deputy chair of the Oakland Fianna Fáil and Westmeath and Lockwood, is to bring it forward, like when you have your meeting of Oakland Fianna Fáil, and to basically get the opinion of the other members of Oakland Fianna Fáil, and to maybe bring in the local TD, Robert Troy, and the councillors, the Fianna Fáil councillors. So to bring them into the meeting and to grill them on it, basically ask the chair of the Oakland Fianna Fáil to do that, like the chair, because he would have the authority more than the deputy chair. Because that'd be better if you bring them in, and because they would probably have to come if the Oakland Fianna Fáil chairperson of that area wanted them in. They couldn't really ignore it. You will not be winning for the election. You know what I mean. But yeah, they're too busy talking to the pals in the media. But I've done my part. There's nothing really I can do about Westmeath. I know none of the councillors or TDs down there. And straight away, what the councillors and TDs probably would want me to go and sort out the Westmeath Day for them. Because they'd be like, you done for Cavan Day and etc. You could go down and do it for Westmeath. Oh, there was a meeting Wednesday, you say. Did you bring it up with the Western, like to you, the deputy chair? Did you bring it up to the chairperson? Because it'd be better to get them on board too, and because the more voices you have, the better. Because they can achieve something. Because at the end of the day, I know only Joe who wrote a letter to them. They're not really going to, and especially when they see I'm a YouTuber that is not very fond of Fianna Fáil. When they look it up and they'll be like, this fellow we shouldn't probably listen to this fellow. Not to one. He told you not to one. Did he tell you not to one or nothing to one? But as I say, they should be able to get you to one Fianna Fáil, because again, I hardly doubt they have many people who are running in an area like in Westmeath. There'll be different local authorities, like different municipal authorities. So I hardly doubt there's no place or anything. None of the meeting members getting. Oh, there's others members getting it. Oh yes, there is. To pick somebody else, you mean? Say. But you can always run as an independent. There's still time to run as an independent. Like an only independent. He was a little too late. Oh, I'm not too bad, yeah. You mean to say they have somebody, yeah. But definitely one of them must have opened the letter because I did send it to the four of them. So one of them must have opened it. So I would check with Joe Flaherty and Soka Clark. I can't remember the TD's name. What they call the TD for Westmead, anybody know? Like Soka Clark's the Sinn Féin TD now. What do you call Joe Flaherty's the Fine Gael TD. I don't know who the other. There's another one I can't remember. Then Robert Troy, yeah, and then there's the other. I can't remember the other. What's the name of the other one? I had to look it up. What do you call it? Peter Buck, yeah, that's him. Couldn't think of his name. But yeah, there's always time to run as an independent. But I would say if you're going to think about running as an independent, you probably have to get to it, I suppose, now, because it does take time to register and stuff like that, and to get different accounts in order to put everything down on paper, how much you're spending and stuff like that. Because the electric committee would want it. Because I would have had to do that if I was running as an independent. But the good thing about running as an independent, you won't have to worry about the bureaucracy of political parties. You just bow down, you know. Oh, what have I done here? What have I done there? Thank you. Press the button. No, what I did. We'll probably stay for another minute or two, anyway, just to chill. The Lady of Everton. I actually didn't see it. No, I didn't see it now. You know. Well, oh, you're asking me when did I send? I only see your message there now. I sent it there last week. I don't know what day it was. It was sometime last week. Whatever the stream was last week when I had it there. It was that Wednesday. And I think it posted that Thursday. Yeah, it was that Thursday. So not this Thursday gone. It was the Thursday, the other Thursday. So it was the other Thursday I posted it. So it wasn't this week, it was last week. It was last Thursday. So it was last Thursday. Just I only seen that there now. Vote today. What do you mean vote today? Yeah, I often listen to I didn't listen to him much, but I often popped in, you know, but I never really paid much. I never was in it too long, you know. That makes any sense. Like I'd be just passing through, I suppose. That's better. No, but hand in heart, I did definitely send it off. Like my moderator would say definitely because I literally spent. I came back from work that Wednesday because we went live that Wednesday, and I voted. I spent an hour. I didn't even get dinner or anything. I just voted. So I wouldn't have voted if I wasn't going to send it off. And that's to be totally honest. I wouldn't do that. Why would I take an hour out to write a letter and then not send it off to the forum? But see, I wouldn't get any word back because my name wasn't on it. It was your name that was on it and your email and stuff. So are you sure? Did you check your emails? None of them, like Soka Clark, or none of them responded to you. But what were you voting on, I suppose, too? Yeah, like I wouldn't be lying to you. So I would say straight out if I didn't send them, I would tell you. But I did send them. I definitely did. Because I wouldn't have spent an hour of my own time writing a letter out and paying for the snap and paying for to go to Leinster House if I didn't, if I didn't send them. But for the vote, you talk about the election, yeah. Oh, you'd be doing that anyway. But did you not ask them when they came around? Because at the end of the day, they're supposed that like if it's Robert Troyer you're talking about, uh, you know, he should have been able to say to you, yeah, I see about Westmeath Day, because he'd be looking for election in not in this year, coming next year, but in the general election. So he'd probably be fighting for his seat. No, yeah, it's from Martini. Yeah, like definitely Joe Flatty or Soka Clark, the Sinn Féin TD. One of them must have opened it because I definitely did send it. Unless it got lost in the post, but definitely it didn't. It must have not got lost in the post because I definitely did. Uh, Hello, Gordon. How you doing? But I definitely did. 100% I did send it. So one of the four of them must have got. Like the four of them couldn't have got lost. Basically, let's put it that way. You know. Oh, I know about Campbellson. Yeah, but you did tell him anyway about Westmeath Day because that was the time to tell him if he's looking for something. Yeah, because when they're looking for something, it's better to get them because 24th birthday. Everybody's birthday's coming. Big birthday party. Um, See, do you know what I probably should have put on the letter, Ryan? I should have probably put my email address and stuff because they might. But again, they would have looked up my stream and probably said straight away, he's not going to vote for us, and they wouldn't really care too much, I don't think. There's not many TDs really care about somebody outside their own constituency because obviously they won't vote for them. Like, why would Soka Calc, take for example, if I put my name, like I put your name on it, that was from you. I voted for it to be a half of you, so it wasn't my name on it. So, but I suppose it makes sense too. Why would they? But the vote because because your name's on it. So. Like it's the same when we vote for Cavan Day. A lot of TDs didn't bother to ask. Like a lot of them could have voted back at what they just didn't bother. Actually, give me 1 second. I need to check something. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, what have I missed? Oh no, we couldn't. We don't say that, Evan. Only don't say that. We couldn't say that. No, don't. We don't even know to that board. Yeah, no, no. That's a disgraceful thing to say. He looked at me when back in. I do quite get you was canvassing with me. Oh, you were out canvassing with him. Oh no. we're not saying any more about that one. We're not. We don't have to go there. So hello. Sorry about that. So yeah, I just want to first of all pay a tribute, I suppose, first of all, to Senator Dave Nowas. Now, as you know, he retired from the Senate the other day, and he was actually there was only two members of the Oireachtas, two senators that wrote to us for Cavan Day back 2 years ago. One of them was Senator Dave Nowas. So I did send an email to him just to say the other day before he left office to thank him for his letter. The way he said no, I didn't mean it that way. No, he's very much alive. He just retired. So I'm very thankful to him. So I do wish him all the best, even though I don't, I wouldn't agree with everything he said throughout his past years as a member of the Oireachtas. But I do thank him for taking that time to write it, because it was directly from him. So we do wish him all the best in his retirement and happy retirement. All the best. Even though I didn't agree with everything he said, but we still take our hats off him for the long public service he gave to the country. So thank you for that, Senator Dave Nowas. So I just wanted to say, because I just thought about that now, because I did send it off last week before he retired. So yeah, just wanted to bring that up. But yeah, only one of the two senators that wrote back to us. Only 5 of them wrote to us out of the whole lot of them. Very busy. So yeah, so I just wanted to. But yeah, so that was good of him anyway. At least in fairness, he had to manage to respond. He didn't have to. A lot of them didn't bother. Like I say, a lot of them got it. They just wouldn't bother to respond. Focus, Rob. Mine gone. Perdolay. Sorry, the snow was speaking Finnish there. Oh, I know, but I don't agree with the senator Dave Nowas on many things. But I give credit where credit's due for writing back. Yeah, but no, I would say, Ryan, particularly if you're going first time, the best thing to do is go for the local town election, and at least stay there for 4 years at least, and then maybe the general election. Because you have to remember, it's not just your local constituency. You're going for the Lockford Westmeath constituency, so you just like the people around you too in your own town and village won't be enough. Basically, you have to convince a whole 2 counties needed to vote for you. That'd be 5. God only knows how many, 5,000, 6,000 people to get over the threshold. And then transfers and stuff like that. So you'd be looking at a few thousand anyway. So it's better to start off small and then work your way up. In Castlebar, yeah, which we might as well, you might as well, hadn't it? Nobody should have to pay property tax on their home. I see to that. We end homelessness, they said. I'll work that well, didn't it? Also, just to say, it won't be probably I don't know, probably around Christmas this time, probably next year or so. Next year, we see. And after we're done with the things we're to do in June. In June, we have a very busy time in June, just to say. We have an awful lot of things to do in June. Like there's a lot of things planned. You see when it gets there, it's a surprise. But after that, I don't know when we'll be doing it. But basically, the whole wall is here and everything's going to be painted, and everything. So we'll be changing a good bit around here. So there'll be a big change around here. So take that as you will. But just to say, yeah, my then caused more homelessness, but that's then the Kenny said, but he doesn't care anymore. He's a bit like myself nowadays, a big beard. Bitch. Excuse me. So yeah, because I just what I wanted to point that off for, because many times I've seen comments like just because it's very Blair, like it's just very creamy look in the walls. I know that sounds very wrong. Just get your mind out of the gutter there for a second. So we're going to kind of tighten it up a bit. So, shit. Yeah, well, it obviously does frighten it up, of course, but it doesn't exist. Sean just sees things. It's them drinks you're taking. You're taking too much drinks. You're taking too much on your tea. You're taking, as Matthew McGuire said to fucking Mihal Mahmoud, you're having too much green tea. It's getting to your head. But yeah. It's seeing things, exactly. Everybody else is seeing things here too. It's too much green tea. That's the problem. Sana Lisa. Like literally, I think there actually was someone. Do you remember the other day? There actually was someone that came in here and thought that was the Mona Lisa. They actually did. And we actually all just I love the way everybody in the chat, it's very funny. Everybody in the chat literally just shut up and said nothing. And which was the best thing about it, because nobody corrected them. Like he was like, that's the Mona Lisa. And I was like, yeah, that's the Mona Lisa. Nobody, like I thought somebody would actually come out and say, you're wrong in that. That's that's that. But literally nobody said it. So that fellow probably takes, he has pitched the Mona Lisa in his wall, and he's probably saying, no, he's a good lover of art, Like, and literally that was the best thing ever. Nobody ever said anything. Like, he probably takes that still to this day. So if he ever comes back here saying nothing to you, hear more. Yeah, we didn't even, nobody bothered to correct him. Like, I didn't correct him. I was just like nodding here. Like, oh, yeah. And nobody in the chat literally said anything. So that was the best part. Everyone in the chat probably just like, yep. So he probably thinks it's the Mona Lisa. So that's the funniest thing about it. And probably many people, like, random people just coming into the chat, right, just be here for 5 seconds, just saying, oh, what's this stream? It popped up my recommended. And just coming in and seeing that behind you and just be like, who the fuck is that? And then just leave and just be like, cool, and I like that. They're thinking about that. Who is that, Simone Lisa, of course it is, yeah. So, Mona Lisa. Now, hear me out. The next thing I'm going to say. Now, hear me out for a second. We talked about actually when the place is going to be done up. Basically, sometimes I see it. We talked about I know straight away people are going to be like, what the fuck? We thought about, so this is the original size. We thought about extending it 15 times the size of it. So basically, it'd be the size of, so it'd be down to here, basically. The pitch would be down to here and it'd be up basically to the top. So it'd be 50 times the size nearly of the, it basically take up the whole wall, basically. So it just isn't made in without a hope not, anyway. We wouldn't want that now. Imagine the reaction if I did. So, like, imagine waking up every morning and seeing that on your wall, like, especially because you'd be called a shin up very quickly then, anyway. But that's what we thought about doing. I think it'd be too much. Like it'd be honestly far too much. Like the estimate for that picture to be done would be 2,000 to 3,000, just the size of it and the frame and etc. Because that'd be kept, but just to get the other big one, like, because it'd be enormous to transport and to get to the random place. Because again, it'd be nearly probably 30 times the size of the picture. And as you see, the picture is big enough, but no, we're not going to get normal 40. Like, good God, we already got this yoke, and it's the most coarse yoke imaginable. You look at that. That was the most coarse yoke imaginable they sold to me. That's just cost. Like that's cost. Like literally the most cost thing ever. So. Jesus, everyone is getting. I have to buy you a few pictures of some of these women and send it to you. Not pictures, but the big photos, and you can put it in your room. Imagine if you woke up to now in the morning now and only had about 20 photos, like 20 pictures, big pictures like this outside your house, just for you to put up on your wall. You'd be delighted. We get you one of all the social democrats and all them. We get all a picture of them. Yeah, we deliver for them for you. Oh dear, that's hate speech. We have to. I'm afraid we have to send you to prison for 5 years for that. But in fairness, now I know I usually say to people we shouldn't criticize the luck of politician and stuff like that, because that's not the point in politics and stuff like that to criticize how people look. It should be on the political beliefs or whatever, on the ideology, whatever. Well, don't give the government any ideas now, because there could be a guard or operative in the chat. Could be working from for a good friend in MI6, Drew House. Hello, Drew. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. There's only two genders. Excuse me. Sorry, I've been going to prison for 5 years too. So that's the end of it. But yeah, no. In fairness, now whoever actually does normal Foley's hair, like the hairdress and stuff, should probably be locked up for life. Like in fairness, they probably should be locked up for. You ever heard of the fashion police? They probably should be a reality when that comes to it. They'd be locked up for 5 years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they should be literally locked up for 5 years, whoever the hairdresser is or the stylist. They should be locked up, because like in fairness, the one politician making exception for is number 4. Like, what kind of hairstyle is that? Like, let's be fair. I know we shouldn't make fun of people for hairstyles and stuff like that, but like seriously, like in fairness, I don't criticize literally any other politician at all for the way they look, but like, where did they find this woman for the election? That's what I'm saying. Like, where did they, like, who in honest to God in Fianna Fáil said we should actually make Norma Foley the Minister of Education? Like, who actually sat there and said that in Fianna Fáil? Yeah, she nearly was like something out of the Austrian paper. Yeah, her father. The only thing her father ever done was launder money and like accounts in the Caribbean islands and stuff like that. You know, etc. etc. Allegedly, of course, allegedly. In the game, of course, in the game. No, but literally, like going back, because I was in the Leaving Cert generation that she fucked over us up in fields. Because do you remember the time I was literally on every day of the week? Because they literally couldn't, she couldn't make up her mind. She couldn't be found. Let's put it that way. Nobody could find her when that time with COVID and stuff like that, and people in lockdowns and stuff like that. No, she couldn't make a decision. She was fucking hiding away for a long time, and she was nowhere to be found. Literally, nobody could find her. We talk about Putin being in a bunker and stuff like that. Like, no Foley must be in a bunker somewhere, secluded as fuck, because nobody can find him. You know, this is about. I have PTSD. I have post-traumatic stress disorder from normophobia from the time of the Leaving Cert. You know, like I think every young lad in the country and every young lassie in the country that went through what I had to went through with the Leaving Cert. Like, you honestly, you know, you must have PTSD after. Because I literally do think everybody, like, if you asked any young lad, they would actually see images in the head. You know. Would you like to be a TD in the door, sitting there? Oh yeah, they're all loving the TD and being a TD in the door now. They'll be getting an extra €10,000 because, you know, they worked hard. Yeah, but if you know, if she literally just won for the president of the United States, you know, Putin and all them would be very quiet then, because, you know, who are literally, like, you know, they'd be terrified of. In fairness, now. Like, in fairness, now. It'd stop shoplifters too. Imagine if you had a big picture of normal Foley in a shop. It'd stop people from shoplifting. Yeah, we probably shouldn't go there because we will be arrested for hate speech under the government legislation. You know. What were you saying now? The Mona Sana. What was it? What was what people were saying earlier on about it? Because it's actually pretty good. If I do come across Sana Moine, I will say we should get in the picture of you and put it in an expedition in some, you know, in some big museum in Paris or something like that, and call it the Sana Moses, whatever fucking Sana. What they call it? The Mona Sana. Yeah, that's what it. Well, not even that. You'd be worse on the hate speech legislation. So that would be 50. Yeah, but if I ever come across the one, the only, I will let her know that we should do something like that. And the fucking bastard, the hoon bastard. I was coming up the road there now with me, Jesus. I come to the coast. And we just, what was putting me on the fucking hoon bastard council? There was 5 of them in the lorry drinking fucking tea. It was only 9 o'clock in the morning. I went up to them, battered the fucking door, and I hit them on the head with a shovel, etc., etc. What? Oh no, nothing like that. No, not that. Well, not that language. No. Say nothing to you, Mo. Also, you know, the one thing you see too about Cavan people, anybody ever from Cavan, the one thing people have a hard time saying in Cavan is the Kial. You have a hard time saying Kial. Now, people take fun of people from Cavan. They say the Kial. Yeah, the Kial is very important for people in Cavan. It's very dear, but The Kyo, yeah. The 50 Cent, oh no. The Kyo. The Kyo, get the Kyo. Who knows? Maybe I am. Maybe I am Carmen. Maybe Matt and Trey have hired me. Yeah, well, maybe we might go ahead with that big picture, just to see, because literally, maybe people can't see it. Maybe we need to extend it. What do you think? Do you think we should go with that special operation to extend the picture to get a bigger picture? Uh, it's going to it's like Todd Howard. Do you remember Todd Howard saying about Fallout? Somebody said we need 15 times, 16 times the detail. It's 7 times the size of Fallout. Fallout 76. Fallout 4, sorry. Get Todd Howard here to present it. This is 6 times the detail. It's 4 times the size of Fallout 4. Get a cardboard cutout. No, we're not going that far now. Imagine that. I soon have to address the elephant in the room. I literally might as well tell you straight. 150 billion people have asked me, what the fuck? Why is there a picture of a random woman on your wall? And I literally have never really answered that question. I've always kind of diddlied around it and never really answered it, I've literally had people in real life ask me about this. And I've never I never have answered. And I probably soon have to get around to make it. I did make that. I have a video made. It's a long video. It's about 20 minutes long, explaining in detail and everything. You're seeing things, yeah, exactly. That's my reaction. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know the lady. Yeah. Photo flat screen TV unknown. Also, what is this fucking song that was sent to the Eurovision Song Contest? It looks something like fucking out of fucking horror movies. It literally looks like something out of fucking. I don't even want to even put it up because it's just that terrible. Yeah, it's insane, the song that's on it. Where's Johnny Logan these days? Where's all that talent? This, it always turns into a passion, regardless what it is. It always turns into a debate about this. Yeah, but to be totally honest, I don't think Australia and Israel should be in it. To be totally honest, because it is in the name. It only should be Europe. It senses when you're, because at that stage you might as well let the whole world in. And when you're just picking out countries to let in, and that's just to be totally honest with you. Oh no, not this again. Oh no, this is. I always get the dog. I always get dogs abuse here for these things. I get dogs abuse out of this. Anyway, I meant to go a few minutes ago, so you're holding me up. I have to go and talk to my handler that helps me spy on the Irish government, of course. Allegedly, of course, allegedly. What? No, that's hate speech right there. Where's on God the Shin O'Connor? Right, I think we live there. We're all happy now with all this haranguement. This literally just tons of dogs. I love the way when one person mentions it, the whole chat just gets hyped up. But nothing else hypes them up more. It's insane. How did I start it? Who started this first? Let's actually find out. Is Davey here? Let's find out who mentioned it first. Like who literally mentioned about Santa first? Like let's find out. Let's do explosion. No, no, don't do that. What am I fucking doing? I can't even move up the chat. I'm not. My God, Allah. Let's find out. We have to. This is fucking misinformation. Did I actually? I don't actually remember that. We have to do a fact check. Fact check. Time to fact check. Where's the fact checkers? Where's OTE? Where's actually somebody the Joan on News Talk? Where are they? We need them to start the fact check. Because they usually say this is far-right misinformation. Where are they? When there's actually misinformation in the chat. And now right, is Davey here? We have to find this out. Let me know. We have to find this out. We have to find out who mentioned the source. Mangal Allah. V2. I actually can't even go up the chat. Mangal Allah. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I hardly know the woman. I need to actually find out. It won't even let me go up as far as some of it. I wish I could see my fucking thing. New York. Jesus Christ. You actually probably will never know. It won't let me go up my screen on my computer. I hate this. Oh, what have I done? Let's see. I don't know what the fuck that does. I can't remember. Here, where is the mods here? We need mods. I literally can't even go up the screen, my computer. This is the worst thing ever. I need to fact check. How can I fact check this? Because it won't let me go up all the way in the comments. Like, this is outrageous. YouTube's taking up for people. We need answers. Yeah, we need answers. No. I can't, like, it literally won't let me go up. I can only go up so far on the chat, and then my computer won't let me go up because it just wants to be awkward. Please let me up. Please let me go. Let me go. Why? This is awful. Dreadful. But I definitely do think it was Sean that started. Oh no, actually. No, I think how it started because everyone only was like, oh no, it wasn't. It was Sean E.K. Yeah, Sean E.K. is not here. We blame Sean E.K. I think he said about the European election and how Santa was going for it and stuff. And then I think that's how it started. Is that how it started? Anybody know? Am I right in that? At least everybody here won't get the blame. We can blame somebody else that's not here. I should have worn the short suspended. Like, where's the short here? I can lift you. You're literally holding me up tonight. Yo, it's Mickey Joe. Yeah, I should have probably wore this. I should have probably just wore this to keep people quiet. Yeah, the climate change. I tell you, the climate change, it always strikes when you don't want it. It's a terror. It's the climate change is to blame. Like, it's climate change, and it's all that too. We need to cut down on carbon emissions. We need to agree with him and Ryan. We need to help him and Ryan achieve these goals. Because if we don't, the climate change will strike again. The climate change is just a climate change, of course. It happens all the time. You know, him and Ryan say so. You know, that everything blows up. You know, people just randomly start talking about a certain Finnish lady, but climate change is mentioned. Very smelly. Well, talk about no. Excuse me, I didn't know such thing. Yeah, it's a wigged election. Yeah, that's all. It's about challenging the narrative. That's what the new James Bond movie is about. Well, as I said, we can't do that. She's a private citizen, so that'd be like to me just writing to like if I'm the fucking president of Ireland, I can just write. Well, not the president, but if I'm a random fucking person, I could just wipe the it wouldn't make any sense. We need to ban the cows. It's the cows' fault. We blame the cows. I blame the cows. No, do you know who we blame? We blame Canada. Blame Canada. It's Canada's Justin Trudeau. He's spreading misinformation. The swear jar. Fuck the swear jar. It's no good. It holds all my money. Even though it's a good idea for cabin people. We can use that as an excuse to save our money. It's a good idea actually. Cabin people have always done it. It saves our money. We can swear like all the fucking time and every fucking day of the week, and we can fucking put it in and sure. Look, that's how we save all our money. So we don't have to pay taxes because of that. Like we swear too much. It's a good thought. It's a good thinking. Cabin people are very smart, you see. Moving swiftly along. Pay up. We have 300 jaws here, and there's 6 billion euro in jaws. So it's a good thinking. Yeah, cabin people are very smart, you see, Sean. That's it. We're the people who invented the swear jar because it's a good way of saving money. We can course every fucking 10 seconds of the day and just save money. Like, it's good thinking. It's good investment, Oh, I know you don't mean white to normal Foley. Like, who would white to normal Foley? Like, you honestly would need to be desperate. Yeah, cuts the cost by 50%, aye. But, yeah, so I should have probably wore this. May just absolutely out of nowhere. The people may absolutely know. I have these shorts like this for everybody in the chat. You might just randomly talk about a woman from Finland, basically. What's happening? Mein Gott, Alter. I think we leave it there. So I have to go now because we literally have been here longer than I should have been here. So international affairs. No, of course. Well, here, look, listen. That's all she wrote for tonight. But we'll be back to Wednesday. So my dog's abuse is over for tonight now. So because dog's abuse. Leave a. Oh no. But anyway, right here. I'll talk to you later. Right, fair enough. I don't really know what to say after that, so anyway, take care, everyone. Yeah, I'm going over to Helsinki as we speak now to collect my big paycheck from the Finnish intelligence office, of course. It's a €500 million. They're very great. But yeah, obviously they will come over. Obviously been told, to support Irish democracy and stuff like that, etc., etc., etc. And I have to go now because the Irish intelligence office is after me. So good luck. If I could get off the stream.